Duke Blue Devils coming in at 5-2, 3-0 in the conference. Virginia Tech at 9-2, 3-1 in the ACC. The Hokies win the opening tip, and we are underway. So good of you to join us tonight. Radford is a guy who can really get heating up offensively, but so much of it runs through Aluma. They'll shovel up there and in for Radford in the first bucket tonight. Duke coming in number 19. Virginia Tech ranked number 20 in this week's poll. Radford up top, long jumper on the way, and nothing but net there by Mutz, the 6'7 junior out of New Jersey.
You know, he didn't really have much choice, though, because his mom, Cynthia, went to Virginia, so he couldn't come to Virginia Tech, could he, Obi?
No way. Oh, pretty move on the baseline. Jalen Brakefield to lay that one in.
We need more production from him, getting the start, a better matchup size-wise with Virginia Tech, as we see Mutz continue to perform well. Right now, the Hokies are out and running early.
Goaltending there, the basket for the Hokies. And that's exactly what the Blue Devils start to get cranked up offensively. They have to have that. Last Wednesday at Cameron Indoor, his daughter Debbie and his granddaughter Emmy had been fighting the virus. We certainly wish them both very, very well. Out of the corner, dropped in by number 15, instant offense, Jalen Cone.
I've seen a lot of Jalen. I don't think he's 5'10".
Not quite there, huh? A sweet jump shot on target by Roach. Another McDonald's All-American. Hokies, by the way, are 5 for 7 shooting it early, so trying to stay hot, and they do. If you leave Cone that much room, forget about it.
I'm not sure that Jalen Cone gets the level of credit that he should receive from outsiders, but Coach Young knows how good he is, as we see Matthew Hurt knocking down the three.
Cone trying to shred the D, flips it up, bit of a wild play, and the Blue Devils come away with the basketball, trying to turn that into two. Tiptoeing in for the bucket is Brakefield. Shot clock inside 10, down to 7 now for the Hokies. On the drive and a pretty play, up and in for 2.
Ever had, and how much he's improved. Well, we can see improvement over practice gets you playing time.
Hokies with the depth. Yep, going to turn that into an easy 2 in the lay-in by Cone. Several opportunities there for the Blue Devils. Couldn't get anything to drop. Beatty running the point. Pull up from 15, and he sinks it.
But you know what? They have another great nonverbal communication. Coach Young doesn't say anything to Jalen about his shots. He doesn't care what type of shot he takes, as long as he plays hard defensively. Ever since a year ago when Jalen stepped foot on campus in Blacksburg, and it continues to be a great relationship between
the two. Look at Aluma get free inside with an array of moves.
They changed regarding the lineup. They went small. Vernon Carey barely played in the second half. They played Jack White at the center position, and that was the beginning of Duke playing 4 guards that game. So one of the things I'm sure Mike Young is thinking about is, regardless of how big the lead is, they do not want to take their foot off the gas pedal, because he knows the Blue Devils, his confidence raises on that.
Duke really needs a hot hand. It wasn't gold wire there. In transition again, the bank shot is up and in by Radford. Radford only 6'2", but he plays a lot bigger than that. He's really tough on the glass. Shot clock a factor, down to 5 for Duke. On the drive, a little teardrop and a pretty shot there by Roach for 2 more.
It wasn't so good. However, the Notorious B.I.G. was the GOAT. You're the GOAT. It's that simple. You got to be the Notorious D.O.B. My God.
You're the best. It on offensively, and a lean with a pull-up pop to make it 33-16. And the Hokies are getting basically any variety of shots underneath for 2. Able to strike here. Duke Blue Devils, they're in the ACC right now overall in scoring. Big battle on the baseline. The kick out here for a lean. He'll stick it.
Thought he would play in the next game, but right now that's the way that it's gone for Duke to this point, to where Coach K feels as though he had to get Jalen Johnson back in this game, getting no production.
Shot clock to 10 now for the Hokies. Third with some tight defense, but it opens up in the middle of the lane for the strike, and Hurt's been pretty quiet so far in the lane, trying to use a little muscle. They put on about 15 pounds, showing a little bit of that strength right there. Loose ball and scooped up by the Blue Devils. Trying to get that one underneath, and the misfire. Hurt went for the rebound, and that's going to be an and one Duke, really? He'll be at the line.
And a nice find from DJ Stewart. Wendell Moore unable to finish the first one, but does a great job being persistent, coming up with the offensive board and the putback to finish it off. An opportunity for a three-point play, but the three-point play, if he's able to make this free throw.
I'm talking a lot, but the dog walks out of the room. My dog Blue leaves the room these days when I start talking. I'm just delighted to be talking to other human beings. Here's Cone attracting a lot of attention every time he touches it beyond that three. Three-pointer won't drop here for a lean. But the second effort, up and in, and they really have been relentless on that. Radford again.
Coach K going deep into his bench in this game, trying to find some type of spark. They've made what was a huge lead a little smaller, but
how about this one?
It's going to grow. Tyrece Radford putting together a spectacular first half. And great ball movement. Hunter Couture finding Radford wide open. Duke just getting lost. On the defensive end of the floor, an acrobatic move by Radford.
Up a 46-31 lead.
Big possession here for the Blue Devils, trying to get some momentum going into the half.
Oh, talk about a lot of iron, but it drops through for three for Hurts.
And we mentioned earlier, Henry Coleman is not on the trip, as well as Chris Carrawell, as DJ Stewart gets out, and now we've got an 8-point game. And this is the way that Coach K, I'm sure, talked to his team about starting the second half.
You get 4:30 right here on the ACC network. With a touch, spinning inside for two.
For the first time in about 25 years, we're seeing, and the ACC did have some struggles early in the non-conference, but we see teams starting to settle in. And there's going to be a number of good ACC teams when we get to the NCAA tournament in March. And I'm sure that's something that he spoke to his team about. And there's a play where Radford just has to keep that. There's no reason to give that basketball up. Continue to attack the rim.
And a three-pointer on the money. Radford slams on the break. Shot clock down to 8 now for the Hokies. Couture, he's on target.
And Coach K talked about his young backcourt. He loves these two players. Leading the way for Duke in the backcourt for him this year as Wendell Moore gets an easy bucket.
51-45 Hokies. Roach right down the lane and will lay it up. He went in strong, the freshman for two. Bounce up top for Hurt. Shot clock to 10. He'll let fly, and a nice feathery touch from way downtown. Hurt again down low this time. Nice. They did a couple of nice-looking shots.
If you shoot a shot like that, you're immediately coming out of the game. That was a terrible shot back then, and now it's fundamental.
It's amazing how, time heals that, right?
Really do. Only 6 points for Aluma, who averaged 15.5 a game. But right now we're starting to see that matchup between the two big guns from both these teams as Matthew Hurt starts to heat up. Aluma tries to go over the screen, which you can never do against a true shooter that Matthew Hurt is.
Radford thought about it, got the pass free, and it'll drop down for Aluma. Moore steps back, can't drain it, that missed ugly. Going a one-man fast break. And knocked away by the Blue Devils. They defended that one-man fast break particularly well.
Been 2 bad threes in a row from the Blue Devils. Wendell Moore didn't touch the rim, nor did Jordan Gowires, and it ends up being a 3-point opportunity, and that actually adds momentum in the favor of the Blue Devils now with an opportunity to make this a one-possession game if they're able to knock down a 3 on this possession.
On a jumper, and great defense there by Virginia Tech. The Hokies get beady.
We saw a shootout in the first half with Virginia Tech doing pretty much anything they wanted, shooting 66% from the floor in the first half. But give Duke credit for picking it up defensively as DJ Stewart makes a tough bucket going to the left hand.
61-57.
Getting big buckets forever.
Gone. Yes! Well, you talk about that buckets. Ability to shoot it. It's certainly getting physical. 64-57. Slicing through again for a terrific basket. Radford bouncing back downstairs, swinging it into the lane, and an and one for Aluma.
But he struggled on the offensive end of the floor, and he's invaluable to this team. Coach K has to have him in the game, probably the best on-ball defender in the ACC.
You can see that variety of moves by Aluma.
But you talk about that run for Virginia Tech, showing maturity here as Duke made a run to get back into this game. Virginia Tech has responded.
Under 90 seconds left. On the attack. Great defense there by Aluma, and he kept it in play, and they get the basketball back.
But more importantly, as you mentioned, to keep it inbounds and get it to a teammate to regain possession for the Hokies.
That's a bounce feed and the stuff. Pull-up pop will not drop. One more heave at the buzzer. That will count on the shot at the horn by Roach.